Hello everyone. Now in this class we are discussing a non-linear data structure. What do you mean by non-linear data structure? A non-linear data structure is a data structure in which a single data item or a node is connected to several other data items. If we consider a linear data structure, in linear data structure, a single data item is able to connected with only two different data items, either previous data item or its next data item. But in this non-linear data structure, it is a possibility that a single data item may be able to connect with several other data items. Such data structures are called as a non-linear data structure. Example for non-linear data structures are two. Those are tree and graph. These are the example for non-linear data structure. Those are trees and graphs. We are going to discuss definition of what is tree, what is graph in later classes. Just you need to be recognized when there is diagram. It is a tree data structure. It is a graph data structure. I told non-linear data structure is a data structure in which a single data item is connected to several other data items. See, in this I have 6 different data items, 6 different nodes I have collected. In this 5 different data items I have collected. Each of these data items are connected to several other data items. A is connected to 2 different data items, those are B and C. B is connected to 3 different data items, those are A, B, E. In this graph, B is connected to 3 different data items, those are A, C and D. Now, non-linear data structure is a data structure in which a single data item is connected to several other data items. But in linear data structure, it is not the case. If we are having a linear data structure in which a single data item may able to connect it to its previous data item or its next data item. If it was the last node of that data structure, then it able to connect to only previous data item. Now we are discussing the pros and cons of this non-linear data structure, means advantage and disadvantage of this non-linear data structure. First one is advantage of linear data structure is efficient. By using this non-linear data structure, what we can achieve, that is, the advantage is that efficient memory utilization. By using non-linear data structure, we may utilize efficiently the memory of a computer system. How? If I am going to be storing the data item in a computer memory in consecutive memory location, if we are considering linear data structure, then I have to store in consecutive memory locations only. That is a difficult task. That is a little bit difficult task. If I am going to store a huge amount of data in a consecutive location, if it is not possible in a primary memory, then it is not possible to allocate that data into a computer memory. The same thing, if we are going to be allocating the non-linear data structure, what it has doing is that whenever it find a free location, at that location it is going to be storing a data item. That's why by using non-linear data structure, we can efficiently utilize the memory of a computer system. It means not necessarily to be stored data item in a consecutive memory location. These non-linear data structure which find out the memory location wherever free space find in the primary memory, at that location they are going to be storing these node or data items. But while you allocating a linear data item, those must be allocated in a consecutive memory location. If the consecutive memory location space is not available, then it is not possible to allocate a linear data structure in a computer memory. That is the advantage. The next advantage is the length of the data item is not necessary to be known prior to allocation. Not necessary to be known prior to allocation. Means, if I want to declare an array is an example for linear data structure. Integer a of 5 A of 5. I declared a data item called or a data structure called as an array with the name A and which is able to store 5 different data items. Now, how much amount of data I can store with this array data structure? Obviously, it is less than 5. It is not possible to store more than 5 data items into this array data structure. If you are using this array data structure, what we need to be remember is that how much amount of data or how much amount of element this array can hold. This thing we need to be know in previous to allocation of data to this data structure. But in non-linear data structure, it was the not case. Non-linear data structure which are used to implement dynamic memory allocation. Dynamic memory allocation means at runtime we are allowed to allocate memory space for a given data structure. By using this non-linear data structure, we no need to remember in advance how much amount of data item or how much amount of space I am allocating for this data item. That is an advantage of using non-linear data structure. The next one is overhead of the link to the next data item. The disadvantage of this non-linear data structure is to keep track or keep account of the links. Keep account of the link is the overhead of the links to the next data item. Means if I want to move to the next data item, I need to remember from that particular node for which data item I need to be connected. Because in which a single data item may able to connect several data items. Let us consider from V to I can connect DEA. Then I need to keep account of 3 different links which are able to connect 3 different data items, which may able to connect a few more data items by using B node or a B data item. To keep account of all these links is an overhead operations. Means I need to remember what about the different possibilities or different links which I established a connection between 2 particular nodes. That is a difficult task by using this non-linear data structure. That is the disadvantage of non-linear data structure. Initially, let us consider I connected only 3 different data items which I connected to data item B. Later I added a few more nodes. If I am adding few more data items, then I need to remember all those links which are connected from this B data structure. From B, I am able to connect D. From B, I am able to connect E. From B, I am able to connect X, Y, or Z, any data items. So I need to remember all these different links which are established between these particular nodes. That is an overhead operation or an overhead task to keep account of all these links which are established from the particular nodes. That is a disadvantage of non-linear data structure. These are the examples for non-linear data structure. Those are tree and graph. We discussed definition of non-linear data structure and we seen example for non-linear data structure are tree and graph. Now we need to know what do you mean by tree. What is tree? Tree is a non-linear data structure which is also a collection of nodes, and these nodes are arranged in hierarchical fashion. Tree is a collection of nodes and these nodes are organized in a hierarchical fashion. That is called as a tree. Tree is a non-linear data structure which is a collection of nodes, and these nodes are organized in hierarchical fashion. Hierarchical fashion means we are going to organize it in a particular order. That is called as a hierarchical fashion. I have collected certain nodes, and these nodes are organized in such a way that from one root node or from one particular node I am organizing the remaining nodes of this tree. Is called as a hierarchical fashion. Now we need to know the terminologies of tree. Terminologies of trees are root node, Leaf node. Connecting path between node are called as links and edges. Child node, parent node, internal node or inner node, links or edges, height of the tree, depth of the tree. These are the different terminologies of tree. By defining tree data structure, we need to know about these different terminologies. First one is root node. What do you mean by root node? Root node is the topmost node of the tree from which all the descendant nodes are generated or all the child nodes are generated. In this diagram, A is the root node. A is the root node. From this node, all the remaining nodes of this tree are generated. All the pair B, C, D, E, F are descendant nodes are called as a descendant nodes. From this particular node, all the descendant nodes are generated. Such node is called as a root node. Root node is the topmost node of the tree from which all the descendant nodes are generated. From all the descendant nodes are generated is called as a root node. Next one is parent node or ancestor node. Parent node or ancestor node. Parent node or ancestor nodes are those which are having child node. Which are having child node are called as a parent node or ancestor node. A is a parent node for node B and node C. For node B and node C, A is a parent node or ancestor node from which these two nodes are derived. These two nodes are derived. For DE, B is the ancestor node. B is the ancestor node. For F, C is the ancestor node. Ancestor node or a parent node are those which are having child node. Which are having child node. The node which are having child node are called as an ancestor nodes. In the same way, child nodes are those which are having parent node. Child nodes are nodes which are having parent node. For example, B, C are child node because it has a parent A. It has a parent node A. D, E are child node because D, E are having parent B. Simple. Child node are node which are having parent node are called as a child node. Next one is leaf node. Root node. Next one is leaf node. Leaf nodes are nodes which does not have child node. Which does not have child node. The node which does not have a child node, such node are called as a leaf node or a terminating node. Terminating node. Both these are called as leaf node or a terminating node. Means these are the end of the tree. From afterward that there are nodes, such nodes are existing. Such nodes are called as a leaf node. Leaf node are node which does not have child node. Where D, E, F are the nodes which does not have any child node. Such nodes are called as a leaf node. Such nodes are called as a leaf node. Next one is internal node or inner node. Internal node or inner node. Internal node or inner node are those which are having both parent node and child node are called inner node or internal node. In this tree, we need to select such node which should have both parent node as well as child node. Such nodes are called as an inner node or internal node. For example, if you consider A as an inner node, it is having a child node but it does not having a parent node. So it is not an inner node or an internal node. If you are going to be considering the nodes D, E, F as an inner node which are having parent node but which does not have a child node. So these are not an inner node or internal node. But if you consider node B and C are an inner node or an internal node because these B and C are having parent node as well as child node. Are having parent node as well as child node. Such nodes are called as an inner node or an internal node. Next one is links or edges. Links or edges which are connecting path between two different nodes are called as links or edges. If you want to establish a link between two particular nodes, we need to have a path. We need to have a path. That is called as a link or edges. Link or edges. For A, we are able to connect C with a link. This, right? The connecting path between two different nodes is called as a link or a edges. Link or a edges. Next one is height of the tree. Height of the tree is nothing but it is the length from the root node to the leaf node. It is the length between root node to the leaf node is called as the height of the tree. Height of the tree. Next one is depth of the tree. Depth of the tree is measured. It is the height or length from particular node to the leaf node. Particular node to the leaf node. If you want to measure the entire tree, that is going to be measured with the help of height of the tree, which is considering the total length between from root node to the leaf node. Next one is depth of the tree. Depth of the tree is measured from the particular node to the leaf node. Particular node to the leaf node. Right. Height is measuring the entire tree and depth is measuring from particular node to the leaf node. Is called as a depth of the tree. We discuss definition of tree and the terminologies of tree. Now we need to discuss different types of tree. Trees are classified into different types, but for your syllabus, they mention only two different types of tree. Those are binary tree and complete tree. Binary tree and complete tree. What do you mean by binary tree? Binary tree is a tree in which each node have at most two children. At most two childs. Binary tree is a tree in which each node may have at most two child nodes. Means at most two child nodes means it may have two children. It may have only one children, or it may not have a children at all. But it is not possible to have more than two children. Is called as a binary tree, in which each node may have at most two child nodes. Such trees are called as a binary tree, where A is having two child nodes, those are B and C. B is having two child nodes, D and E. C is having only one child node, that is E. It is not possible to have child node more than two. If I am going to be drawing one more child node to this node B, then it is not a binary tree. It is not a binary tree. Binary tree is a tree in which each node have at the most two children. At the most two child nodes means it may have 0 child node, it may have only one child node, it may have maximum only two child nodes. Apart from that, it is not possible to have more than two child nodes. Such trees are called as a binary tree. The next one is complete tree. Complete tree is a binary tree in which all the leaf node must have at the same distance from the root node. All the leaf node must have same distance from the root node. Where D, E, F, G are the leaf node. These all leaf node must be having same height from the root node. Suppose if I am going to be taking these two different nodes from this tree, where D, E, C are the child nodes now. Where D, E, C are the child nodes. C is at different level, D, E are at different level height in this tree. Then it is not a complete tree. If I want to make this as a complete tree, then C must be at the same height. Means I need to remove these two D, E node from this tree, then only this tree becomes complete tree. Now they are C at different level, D, E are at different level, then it is not a complete tree. Complete tree is a tree in which all the leaf node must be same height from the root node. Means these must be exist at the same level from the root node. Such trees are called as a complete tree. Such trees are called a complete tree. We discussed different types of trees. Now we need to discuss graph data structure. Graph data structure is also an example for non-linear data structure. What do you mean by graph? Graph is a collection of vertices and edges is called as a graph. Graph is a collection of or a set of vertices and edges is called as a graph. It is denoted as G equal to V comma E, means where G is a graph which is collection of vertices and edges, where vertices representing data item and the edge representing connecting path between two different nodes. But these nodes are organized or connected in arbitrary fashion. Unlike in the tree is also a non-linear data structure, but those nodes are arranged in hierarchical fashion. But these nodes are organized or connected in random fashion or arbitrary fashion. You need to remember, tree which is collection of nodes, and these nodes are organized in hierarchical fashion. But these nodes are organized in random or arbitrary fashion, in which we don't have any root node, leaf node, not like that. These are arbitrarily connected. Such data structure is called as a graph data structure. Graph is a non-linear data structure which is collection of vertices and edges, where vertices represent a data item and edge represent connecting path between two different nodes, where A, B, C, D, E are vertices and E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6 are the edges which are connecting path between two different nodes. It is the definition of graph data structure. And graph is also classified into two different types. Those are directed graph and undirected graph. Before going to discuss directed graph and undirected graph, just I want to clarify the difference between these two lines. If I am going to putting an arrow to these two different lines, then I may say that there is a path between A to B, and in this there is no restricted path between A and B. I can move from A to B or B to A, but in this directed edges there is only path which is exists between A to B. Now you come to know that what is the difference between these directed edges. On the basis of this, we are classifying two different types of graphs. Those are directed graph, undirected graph. What do you mean by directed graph? Directed graphs are those in which have directed edges. Those are called as a directed graph. Means which have a particular path between the particular nodes. In that direction only we need to traverse or we need to move. If you want to move to the edge D, move to the vertices D, then it is not possible to directly move from A to D. There is a path, but which does not take you to the D, because there is path between D to A, but there is no path between A to D. If you want to move to vertices B, you have to go from A to B, B to C, or C to D, or A to C, C to D. It is having a directed edges. In that direction only we need to traverse or we need to take a path. Such type of graph are called as a directed graph. On other hand, we are having Undirected graphs are those which does not have directed edges, in which there is no restriction between two different nodes for the traversing operation. If I want to move from A to D, I can move. I can directly move from A to D, as well as I can move from D to A. There is no fixed path between these distinguished vertices. But in this directed graph, we are having a directed edges. These are making a discrimination among traversing or moving in these different vertices or different nodes. That is the difference between directed graph and undirected graph. Directed graphs are those which are having directed edges. Undirected graphs are those which does not have directed edges.